Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. This Coach's Corner is for men's and women's tennis, featuring head coach Leander Wood. Coach, thanks for being here again.
No problem.
This is for the week of September 21st. And Coach, you guys, your women's team had just a brilliant weekend. You played Saturday and Sunday. You defeated West Liberty State 6-3 Saturday morning, and then came back and got even a bigger victory over the preseason #1 in the WVIC West Virginia State by a 6-3 score Sunday morning and afternoon. You want to talk about those two big victories?
But yeah, West Liberty match, that was going to be tough. They had probably the best player in the conference playing for them. We got off to a rocky start at 1 double, so I thought we would do a little better there. We didn't, but I knew that we had 6 points, possibly 7 points against them that day for sure. But the real drama was Sunday against West Virginia State with their team. Last year they beat us 6-3 there. We beat them 5-0 at the conference tournament, and and with the less of a lineup for me, they beat us in the NCAA finals or regionals 5-0. So we knew all along this was going. I have a little better team than I have last year, and they had probably the same team. So we knew this was going to be a good match. The match was tight. Doubles, we won 8-6 and 1 doubles with Nicole Andrini and Anastasia Sherbakova. We lost 2 doubles. We won 3 doubles with Paige Hathaway and Ola Demina, 8-4. That was a good match there. We lost 2 at 8-6. The singles, there's so much momentum swings. Things go back and forth. Well, we had 4 matches, went 3 sets. We won 2, we lost 2. The only match that probably wasn't a real good match was 3 singles. We had an excellent match out of Anastasia for us there. Now, and Marcella Torres had a close 2-set win in hers. But Paige Hathaway and Samantha Corral were the last 2 on court. Paige was down 5-4, number 6 singles in the 3rd set. Samantha was up 4-1. But then two or 3 minutes later, we were up 6-5 at 6 singles and just barely hanging on 4-3 there. So, a lot of things could have happened. We won 6-3, but hey, it could have been easily their match too. So, I handed it to my girls. They played well. Told them that, things like this, you have to, eke out and win if you're going to be good. Otherwise, you're just going to be the team that everybody say, yeah, they're pretty good, but they don't win a lot. So.
Now, in the preseason coaches poll that was released back in late August, West Virginia State was #1, Charleston was 2, and we were 3. Was that a motivating factor for your team going into this?
Well, I think so. We looked at this as our first peak of the season. We talked about that in the very first meeting, that the weekend of the 19th to 20th with West Liberty and West Virginia State, and being our 2 biggest home matches, would be our first peak. Obviously, coming up several weeks from now, team-wise, for a dual match, we're going to have Charleston on the 11th, and we're going to have Shepherd on the 18th. Opposite weekends leading up to a weekend before the conference tournament. That'll be huge. But, right now, at this point in time of the year, we've succeeded in our first 2 steps forward. So.
I was going to say, it must feel good, even though you do have Charleston still left, Shepherd still left. You've kind of got the inside track to the conference ground. I know there's still a lot of tennis left to be played, but it must be nice to get over that first hurdle.
Oh yeah.
2 big 6-3 wins.
Yeah, it could have went the other way, and then we would be thinking, okay, where do we begin? So it's always nice to get a win, and the girls played well, and they played their hearts out, and there was chances for us to, chances all those matches. Samantha was down 3-0 in the 2nd set after losing the first set 6-3. And we came back and win the 2nd set 7-5 just to push it to a 3rd set. Paige was a little sick. Won the 1st set pretty well, but lost the 2nd set, a tight one, and came back. There was chances for us to roll over and say, hey, say it was good enough. We were here. We played with you, but we wanted to win, and that's I think the mark of a good team. That's what I preach all the time. I hope they're listening, but and I think sometimes they are. But I think regardless, we showed it this time, and that's even more important than just listening. So.
Okay, Lee's team is now 3-0. The women's team is 3-0 in the conference, 4-0 overall. Your men's and women's team will be heading to the ITA regionals in Bloomsburg this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know that's key for the individuals.
Yeah, well, and it sets up our first ranking day too, team ranking too. Yeah, the individual singles and doubles get ranked out of it. They're going to allow 4 women in. I think they're going to allow 6 men in. There's a few more women's teams in our region, so a little less will actually compete from our team. On the men's side, Mark Rosendorf should be seated really high. I think we'll have an excellent showing there. You know, I mean, obviously our goal is to end the fall season ranked #1. We also are hoping that we can send somebody to the national tournament in singles or in doubles. And I think we have a good shot this year. Last year we had Alvaro Ochoa was a runner-up in singles in the A flight, and so was he with Doug Hornak in the A doubles. So you know, they were runners up to go to the national tournament last year. I think we've got an excellent shot this year. We'll see what happens. You got to win a couple rounds and see who's left to start talking about if we really have a shot. But we'll see. Women's side, it's wide open. We have a tough region. Cal PA's top 10 in the country. I think they finished last year ranked at #8 in the nation. It's tough. Slippery Rock's ranked 29th in the country. Charleston right now is ranked 35th in the country. So we have 3 teams from our region that finished last year ranked in the top 40 in women. So we're trying to knock on that door. I think that's attainable. Again, the sights for myself and what I tell the team are, one, for women's tennis, we have to win our conference, because if you win your conference, then you distinguish yourself as the best in that league. Then we can move forward with this other stuff. But this will give us a good chance to look around the region. We have a lot of regional matches we're going to play in the spring. And from this, from the PSAC and the CIAA. So, this will give us a little insight on what their teams have, and we'll prepare for them in the spring, getting closer to the national tournament.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add for this week?
No, I think we're just hoping we go there, play hard, get some good weather, those kind of things, and we'll see what happens. We usually do pretty well. We make our own luck, and I'm hoping that continues.
Okay, well, Coach, best of luck to your men's and women's teams at the ITA. Until next week, I'm Dwayne Carpenter with Lee Underwood. Coach, thanks for being here this week.
Well, thank you.